Okay, so what's going on in the markets? My goodness. First, there was a relief rally for Bitcoin close to 40,000. Stock markets up after the Fed announcement. And then right the next day, crypto dropping 10%. Stock market, massive drop down. And all this while people were saying, well, actually the Fed is not going to be as hawkish. What's happening here? So in this short video, I want to kind of walk you through. None of that is actually expected. If you listen to the Cake DeFi Twitter space that we did on Wednesday before the Fed announcement, we actually had expected exactly that movement or that move. And so it's not really surprising. And for that, you just need to understand the market forces behind it. So first and foremost, the Fed announced that it's raising interest rates by 0.5 percentage point, which means interest rates right now at 1%. And it said for June and July, it's probably also going to raise it by 0.5%. And that was the optimistic part for the market, because the market had priced in a 0.75% move in June. And so that was 2.5% better, easier. And so the market took this as a dovish signal or as a bullish signal and slightly rallied. And that was kind of the relief. So the relief was, okay, Fed is actually not deviating much. If it is deviating, it's deviating more to the optimistic side. And with that, we had this kind of relief rally in the markets. But then the actual calculations come in, and that is always important, right? So initially it's all about, oh wow, good, okay, everything is good. And then all the analysts, all the research people need to sit down and they're like, okay, so can you run the models? Can you, I need to let that woman across, otherwise she's not gonna get across here, busy road. You don't need to run, she's running, I don't know why. It's not like I'm chasing her. And then all the models come in and everyone is kind of doing their calculations and running the numbers. And I mentioned this a lot of times. It's a metaphor that Warren Buffett always uses. Interest rates on the markets are like gravity. So if gravity goes up, obviously everything is heavier, everything falls to the ground, then it's harder to get off the ground. And it's the same with interest rates. And what people tend to forget is that yes, a 0.5% increase in interest rates, it's not really much in absolute terms. However, it is really a lot in relative terms. Basically, gravity just doubled. And that is important to understand. It went from 0.5% to 1%. And over the next 2 months, it's going to double again. So it's going to be 4 times as heavy. So it's going to be 4 times as hard for stuff to take off. And that is at the end what the market's starting to price in. They're having this kind of certainty now that interest rates until the end of July are gonna kind of get higher. It's gonna be harder for anything to kind of raise in price. And on top of that, from June 1st, the Fed is gonna offload its balance sheet. So with all these things, the kind of game plan that I had always been talking on the channel here and that I've been having for the last 6 months is really, really straight on. I mean, to be fair, if you look at the market over the last 48 hours since the Fed announcement, it's really, really difficult to actually like hide anywhere in the purchase power casino, if you want to call it, and kind of keep your purchase power. I mean, everything just gets slaughtered. The only thing that didn't really go down was the dollar itself. Everything else dropped. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about bonds, if you're talking about gold, you're talking about commodities, you're talking about stocks, bond, it doesn't matter. Everything went down. And so, but at the other hand, it's just really, really dangerous and difficult to go into cash right now. So I would stick to the plan that kind of I've been preaching, which means diversify. Go into the super solid cryptos, go into the super solid stocks, go into the super solid bonds, go into super solid precious metals, commodities, real estate. Look for cash flow. You want to have cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Cash flow means you have a profitable, cash flow profitable company. This can be dividends. You want to get dividends or interest on your crypto. Obviously, if you don't know how to do this, go to my company, cakedefi.com. We make this very, very easy for you. But this is just a general concept. And so if you follow those basic guidelines, yes, of course, your portfolio is going to be down a few percentage points over the last 48 hours, but it's not going to be much. And at the end, it should be actually up in the entire year. And so going forward, I'm not expecting much difference of all this. Thank you, car. It's overprotective, but I appreciate it. I'm not expecting much difference over the next 2 months. That means same. I don't see much in risk on happening. I mean, every time you're going to see a bit of the pendulum. And the Fed at the end has been dictating the markets over the past 14 years. People just don't really understand that. And it's gravity, right? And it dictates a lot what's happening in the world of finances. So I hope that gives you a bit of the insights. Please do not look to the chart astrologists. Don't look for the blockchain astrologists. At the end, charts and the blockchain don't dictate what's happening in the real world. The real world dictate supply and demand. And the real world at the end gonna cause blockchain movement and gonna cause charts. So just be very, very cautious out there if you listen to those people and you're making these short-term kind of bets. With that, I am off to an important video interview right now. I hope you're having a beautiful rest of a week. I know I haven't been making that many videos, but it was really not because I was lazy or I didn't put a focus on it. It was because I was traveling non-stop, and I have another about 10 days of travel ahead of me. So I'm back in Singapore for a short week. I have another 10 days of traveling, so I'm gonna try to get some videos going. And then I'm gonna be back, and I'm gonna be in Singapore for quite some time for family matters. But then I should have a good structure in. So but I try to throw these little small videos every once in a while. If you get value out of this, click the like button, hit a thumbs up, follow, subscribe, whatever, and then I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.